Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be in the world. Welcome. Let's chat about health questions. I love doing these calls. I love answering your questions. So let's get to it. Let's wait for people to jump on as they are right now. Hello, hello. Say hello. Hey, Veda. Mwah, honey. Nice to see you here. If you don't follow Veda Austin, go follow Veda Austin _water. She has the most incredible work and a body of work on her research and testing of water. And I love her work and I love her so much. She's an incredible human being and has this powerful connection with water and teaches her water techniques and how water communicates with us and what water does with us. So please check her out. And I actually have a couple of interviews with her, one on Instagram, one in our membership. So yeah, Veda, I think it might be time for another interview and to chat with you about your latest work because I know you do such amazing work. All right, everyone. Hola from Mexico. Hi, Liz, Solette, Katia. Nice to see you. My holder doesn't want to hold up. Let's try to adjust this. Hopefully this will work. All right, so it's time for Q&A, everybody. It's that time of the week. It's time for Q&A. All right, let's go. We have some questions that were submitted into the chat. So I'm going to, on the thread on Instagram, and I know you all post your questions here, so you can start doing that. Pernille, nice to see you, honey. How are you doing? Mama Ramsey, what protocol to follow for chronic bronchiectasis? So bronchiectasis is actually an inflammation of the airways, right? So I was diagnosed with that for some time when I was diagnosed with asthma. One of my diagnoses was bronchiectasis. So it can cause a lot of coughing, mucus production, asthma. You know, if you have inflamed bronchioles, then you can have that. So I will be doing a reel very shortly on how I healed from my asthma issues. I had asthma lifelong since I was a little girl. And so that was something that I dealt with. And medical medium information is really helpful. So let go of dairy and eggs, which are really difficult for people with asthma because of the level of mucus production that can happen. I would bring in NAC, curcumin, golden seal, micro C, zinc, mullein for the lungs, lomatium, OSHA, all are helpful to overcome this condition, but food is really critical. Medical medium family, nice to see you. Zlata, right? Or am I saying that wrong? Let me know. Anastasiano says, why do I get hiccups for 5 minutes after I drink mold exposure brain shots? Hiccups are often like a spasm. So I'm not sure why that's happening to you. I would need to know a lot more about you in order to answer that question. So let's jump to the thread. Why do some people have dingy yellow teeth and others have whiter teeth? Dingy yellow teeth are a sign that your teeth have been affected by gut acid. So gut acid, hi Cornelia, gut acid it comes up the gut at night and it stains the teeth. So acid is yellow, so it stains the teeth, which is why some people have that and some people don't. Another reason that you can have yellow teeth is that the teeth become less mineralized. Another reason you can have yellow teeth is if you have an injury. So if you have an injury to the tooth, it can turn yellow. I have a tooth that's slightly discolored and it's slightly yellow. It's from an injury when I was 6 years old. So there's many different reasons why you can have yellow teeth. But I always joke with people when people ask me, how come that tooth is yellow? I'm like, it's the only one I don't brush. But if it's just one tooth, it's usually an injury or something went on with that tooth. But if it's all the teeth, then the acid issue is the problem. Next question is, other than HMDS, radiation brain shot therapy, how do you protect yourself and home when someone is going through radiation therapy? I would put an orgonite on them and put like a orgonite pyramid, a small one, in their pocket. I would put an orgonite pendant on them. I would put orgonite in their room. I would have them do, like you said, radiation exposure shot, HMDS, advanced HMDS, extractor or advanced extractor smoothie, and the anti-radiation tea. I would do all of those. Kata Lips says, when I use the BR mouthwash recommended by Anthony, I get a black tongue every time. When I stop using it, my tongue goes back to normal. I've often had a black tongue before because of heavy metal detox, but in this case, it definitely has nothing to do with it. Should I continue to do the mouthwash, or should I go back to the old one? It's up to you. If it doesn't bother you, you can continue with it. But if that black tongue bothers you, then don't. But it's really up to you. Gail says, I've been on the protocol, lemon water, celery juice, HMDS, Vimergy supplements, off of all no foods and gluten, which I gave up for 9 months, but succumbed to pasta, and no fat until dinner. While I know gluten feeds my symptoms, is it possible to heal with the above protocol? So, Gail, I don't know what you're dealing with, my love. Tell me what you're dealing with. What are your symptoms? And then we'll go from there. Sunshine and Oranges says, there's so much controversy over water systems to get. Can you please tell us what you use? So, I love my Berkey. I still have filters. I plan to continue to use them. I will continue to research what other filters I can use for my Berkey. And I also have an RO system for my kitchen, for my home, which I use for cleaning up the water. So that's where I'm starting. Hello to everyone who's just joining. We're doing Q&A. Drop in your question. Anna Moschella says, horrible eczema flare in a 4-year-old, always on but won't necessarily drink or eat more of a healing food. How to help break it? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Anna. I would mix aloe into whatever else your child is drinking. I would increase the spirulina and barley grass juice powder mixed into other things that they're already drinking to remove those toxic heavy metals. I would hide supplements as much as you're able to get some supplements into them. Shaga tea might be helpful. And the tea, you can make it like a ritual with tea and make it really fun and not make it like a healing food. By the way, I have a recipe on my blog for caramel latte with shaga, and we put lots of maple cream in it, and it's so bomb. It tastes so good. So try that. Shaga helps. Papaya helps. So if you can sneak papaya into a smoothie, that would be helpful as well. Our next question is from Aradon Duana. Trying to fight Epstein-Barr from migraines and viral shoulder pain. Don't eat the no foods, doing supplements from Vimergy. Any other recommendations? If you have pain, I highly recommend doing ice pack and warm therapy. So go between an ice pack and warm therapy in the morning when you wake up, and then put cold on it, like a cold pack, to calm down the nerves that are causing pain, as in the migraines and on the shoulder. I would also bring in higher levels of curcumin, California poppy, nettle leaf, lemon balm, magglycinate, Neuromag, all of which can be super helpful with pain. Yeah? So also you can do lemon balm shock therapy. You can do California poppy shock therapy. All of those are super helpful for pain as well. Hi, Claudia. Lovely lady. Back at you. Hope you're doing well. All right, next question is from Mila Rudy. My hands are sometimes a little bit stiff in the morning. Viral, or can inflamed nerves be the cause too? So they're not mutually exclusive. You do realize that inflamed nerves is viral, right? So what you're asking, is it viral or is it viral? So the answer is, it's viral. Do you get it? Okay, so viruses inflame nerves. So the issue is viral at its root. I hope that makes sense. Maria 444MK, my girl has mononucleosis and has a fever for a week. How can I help her? I would start her on, first of all, take her off of all eggs, dairy, gluten, corn, soy, canola immediately if she's dealing with that mononucleosis right now, and start her on a little bit, I don't know how old she is, so start her on a little bit of cat's claw, micro C, lysine, lemon balm, zinc, B12. Start there and hopefully she should recover. Next question is from B. Zemer. I've been taking 2 dropperfuls of zinc, but now I'm taking Vimergy Total Immune Blend that has zinc. Do I still take standalone zinc 2 dropperfuls? So I am actually going to do a post very soon about this. So please look out for it. It's coming to explain the whole dosing, because I don't want to explain it here because it could get confusing, but I will explain it. So B. Zemer, if you don't hear it from me, if you don't see it, make sure you ping me and I make sure that I will point you to it as soon as we post it. Why do I get face lesions which look like warts but they are not? I already take the Core 7 and more. Face lesions look like warts. It's viral in nature. You take the Core 7, you might be needing something else. You might be needing black walnut. You might be needing, topically, you might be needing a stronger protocol. So you might be needing more lysine, more zinc maybe, more propolis, more golden seal, some other herbs, more olive leaf, more licorice. I would start with those and see if it makes a difference. Viennev says, can fibrotic tissue be reversed from long-term lymphedema? Yes, it can, but it does take time to heal the liver. That's a liver. You have to work on the liver. Hokie Hoxton, do you think immune blend, zinc, micro C, cat's claw taken daily, and pathogen exposure shot without Brussels sprouts taken twice weekly would protect me against a bug I may get in my new relationship? Everything you do will protect you. All these steps will protect you. The question is, how much protection do you need, depending on how much pathogen load is in your partner, for example, right? So the question is, will it protect you? Yes, it will all protect you. You know, so if you wear like a thin layer of armor, will it protect you? Yes. But if the force coming at you is strong, you may need more than a thin layer of armor, but I'm not going to know that. You have to assess that by looking at your partner's symptoms and seeing what they have going on, right? But yes, also mold exposure shot can be used to support you as well. Especially because you don't have Brussels sprouts, it's not the full shot, you're getting less power in it. So do something more to add to that, and maybe do the shots 5 days a week or more if you can. Lauren 5765, really intense nerve spasms in my brainstem that cause episodes of choking of the left brain that sometimes lead to a TIA. Struggling to get spasms under control. That's a very complex case, Lauren. I don't know. Often you cannot control spasms like that just naturally. I don't know if you're on medication. I know Keppra is a big one for controlling spasms or seizures, because TIA is a type of a seizure. But the healing for this is a longer term plan. Bringing in advanced heavy metal detox smoothie, bringing in the advanced extractor smoothie. These two would be really important. Radiation exposure shot, toxic heavy metal exposure shot, chemtrail exposure shot, pesticide exposure shot. I would do rounds of the exposure shots to support you with that. I'm so sorry that you're dealing with it. Healing with angels. Hello. Histamine problems suddenly after the plague. 3 years on but no improvement so far. So a histamine problem is essentially your liver saying, I'm done, I'm struggling. That's what that means, that your liver's struggling. So continue doing medical medium stuff and bring in reishi, which helps with histamine issues. Don't eat anything that triggers you. Bring in more curcumin and bring in more microseed. These three things can help make a difference with that. Lindy B says, my doctor wants me to have an MRI. She says it's safe. What are your thoughts and what can I do to lessen the effects? What is radiation tea? Radiation tea is found in the medical medium book with the lungs on the front. Anti-radiation tea. Also, MRIs have two ways of doing them, with contrast or without. The with contrast takes on gadolinium. The gadolinium goes into your body and it's a toxic heavy metal. So you will have to get that out. Without contrast, there's still a lot of radiation in an MRI. So radiation exposure brain shot from the brain book is important. The anti-radiation tea from the medical medium book with the lungs on the front is important. Heavy metal detox smoothie, advanced heavy metal detox, is important because it also removes radiation. Extractor smoothie is also important. It can help move this whole process along. Constance, nice to see you here. I see more white opacity in my teeth since beginning medical medium. Many citrus fruits daily and using hydroxyapatite toothpaste. Does Anthony talk about nano-hydroxyapatite? I have never heard him mention it. Next question is, how do I get the spark back? I am in menopause, eat salt and fat-free, followed for 3 years. Grode_AN72. Are you talking about your libido? If so, support your adrenals. So, support your adrenals. It's very, very helpful to do. So, I would do more licorice root, ashwagandha, take a little iodine, do some selenium. These are all supportive to the whole endocrine system. I would focus on some vitex berry, schisandra berry. I would bring in some nettle leaf, red raspberry leaf. All of these will support you to get that spark back. Medical medium family, what is your protocol for your really amazing skin? Thank you. I used to have terrible skin. You guys, I grew up in the era where there were no cameras when you were growing up, right? So thank God that you couldn't take pictures of everything when I was growing up. So, I would say my healing journey, I use a lot of aloe for my skin. I use the Living Libations products. I use, Best Skin Ever. I use Best Skin Ever also to take my makeup off. I use very little actually on my skin. I use the Neroli Glow. It's like a scrub, but it's very gentle by Living Libations. That's also one of my go-tos. Mostly I go to it because I love the smell and I love how it's such a great product. I've tried lots of serums and lots of other things, and I think that they don't really make that much difference for me. I prefer aloe. I think aloe makes the biggest difference, and I like natural face masks. So I have a honey mask that I use and a spirulina honey mask that I use. And I've even dropped like celery juice topically on my skin. So all of those things are, I mean, my routine is really not that glamorous. It's like super simple. And there's many days I just don't do it. I would say the skin really comes from inside. It really comes from the liver. I've had, in addition to having really horrible acne when I was a teenager, I had really horrible eczema at one point after I gave birth to my second daughter. And my skin was horrible. Like I had chicken skin here. It was all like hanging and yucky and disgusting. Just like it gets with really bad eczema. So the fact that my skin is healed this much, I attribute 1000% to cleaning up my liver using medical medium protocols. Mona, 1783. Teeth were white and good before protocols. Now after 4 years, receding teeth and yellow teeth, getting gum recession, burning, inflamed gums, some days teeth, nerve pain. What to do? First of all, I'm so sorry, but like I mentioned earlier, yellowing of the teeth is indicative of a gut issue. Gum recession, indicative of a gut issue. Burning and inflamed gums could be shingles, but also could be related to your gut and burning acid coming up from your gut. Nerve pain in the teeth, that sounds like it's shingles. What you can do, swish with celery juice. Go to my blog and go check out my blog about celery juice and how to swish with it. Medical Medium also, of course, writes about this. It's his information. But I have a whole blog on dental issues, so maybe you want to go check that out. And then I recommend doing some support for like the Core 7. Zinc, B12, micro C lysine, cat's claw, lemon balm, licorice root, but also including a little golden seal and propolis specifically for the shingles, some magnesium glycinate, some curcumin, all can be helpful for the teeth. And taking care of your gut, so doing a mono cleanse, calming the gut down, doing the nerve gut acid stabilizer shot, doing, I would do also I would do aloe regularly to help support your teeth. Those are all super helpful. Christy says, Shaga latte cravings, day 2 of Advanced 369. Well, if you're craving it, make it without the maple cream, just add honey to it. And makes a really good, it's a really good idea. Constance says, I've seen hydroxyapatite on the Reclaimers of Health site. Yeah, I mean, I know Living Libations has a product of it too. I have a couple of toothpastes that I use with hydroxyapatite in them. So I don't think it's a bad thing. I have not seen talk about it publicly ever at all. Yeah. Emuderm says, worse psoriasis on my feet and hands. I cannot walk and it's got me down. What can I do, please? When you have that bad of psoriasis, I would start to hydrate with living water every hour with 14 ounces of living water or cucumber juice or coconut water, because it will help to move that thick lymph and all the poison that's in the lymph out. And then, of course, shaga. I would do shaga, I would do papaya, I would do aloe. And I would do aloe shock therapy because that will help you with that psoriasis a lot. So you want to do aloe shock therapy, a few days of the week, 2 days of the week, 3 days of the week. You can do it up to 5-6 days and then take a break and then do it again. But hydration is very important to get moving. I had a client with the worst eczema you have ever seen. The worst eczema. And she started doing this hydration therapy. And she had already come to me after doing the protocols for a while, but missed the hydration piece. So we added that in, and that moved the needle for her a lot. Is cayenne pepper okay in pregnancy? Of course. It's fine. It's a food. It's totally fine. Constance says, sorry to hear about the mold you're having to deal with in the house, saying prayers. I really appreciate prayers. It's like the best gift anyone can give me is to pray to God on my behalf or my kids' behalf. So, Lifestyle Robert, what if citrus is making me crazy as it irritates my bladder? Can I replace it with something? Try apples or pears, but there's no direct substitute for a food made by God in its natural form. Christy says, would the wild yam cream help someone post-hysterectomy? Yes, for sure, it would. I want to mention to you guys, we have the Ask the Doctor program coming up. This is an amazing program with 4 medical professionals who will be answering your questions. We will have 4 calls in the year, 1 in each quarter of the year. Each call will be about 2 hours long. And I highly recommend that you check out this program because that's what everybody in this community wants. We want to have bridges built between doctors and the medical world and our natural worlds, right? And we have some amazing doctors who are going to be speaking and answering your questions. We have Dr. Fan, who is a doctor of internal medicine. We have Dr. Joy Clark, who is a psychiatrist and an OBGYN. And we have Dr. Monica Kibeli, who's she's a urologist out of Germany. And we have Paula Bennett, who is a nurse anesthetologist. So if you're not familiar with these people, they are people who are from the medical medium community and who will be answering your questions about your health. And if you have a question for them, or you'd like a doctor's opinion or medical professional's opinion on some aspect of your health or some aspect of life that you have questions about, or you have a family member who's maybe doubtful of medical medium and wants to see a perspective from a doctor, or see that there are doctors in this community and in this movement, I highly recommend that you check that out. I hope you'll check it out. I will be posting links soon, so please bear with me on those, but I think it would be amazing to get more people in and aware that we have these resources available to us in the medical medium community. If you have questions about the Ask the Doctor program, please ask me. Lupus Free with Celery says, I'm going to sign up. My family member is dealing with a crisis now and I need extra support for them. I welcome you to sign up. Thanks for letting me know. So Lupus Free with Celery just said she's going to sign up. Christy Barkley says she cannot wait. If you do not know about this program, please ask me. It's going to be really important for so many people because it's hard to get good doctors to give you advice that makes sense, right? Okay, so next question's from Killingsworth Hilda. Are thyroid tests reliable? My endocrinologist says they're out of range, but I feel fine. So medical medium says to take blood work, and before I say medical medium, I would say even Dr. Fan, Dr. Joy Clark, and Dr. Kibeli all say that you have to take blood work and look at blood work, not in isolation with blood work just by itself, but you have to look at blood work in relation to how somebody feels as a whole. You cannot just look at blood work separately. Blood work has to be looked at holistically. So if your tests are out of range, but you feel fine and there are no symptoms, and your other blood work is fine, then you could be okay. But I would get a second opinion and I would ask to pay attention to what else could be going on that could be indicative of that. When numbers go off, it could be mild inflammation, it could be something more. So it's important not to ignore it, but also to take it holistically with everything else in your life and for everything else that you have going on in your background. If you're just joining, thanks for joining. Lupus Free with Celery. Did I miss the psychic attack talk? Not yet. We're about to do it. So you asked a question about psychic attacks. What is your question exactly? You just said, can you talk about them? So are they possible? Yes. Are they preventable? Yes. I think those are the two most important questions, right? Do they happen? Yes, they do. But that doesn't mean that you are vulnerable, just walking around and anyone can attack you. If you feel that you are a subject of an attack, then I recommend prayer. There's nothing more powerful against psychic attack than prayer. And if you are Christian, pray directly to Jesus to help you protect you from a psychic attack. If you are a Muslim, you can pray directly to God to help protect you from a psychic attack. And if you're also a follower of medical medium information, then I would use the tools like the wisdom and intuition shot. I would use the speaking your truth shot. I would ask the angels to help protect you, the unknown angels, to help protect you, your brain, from psychic attack. And I would strengthen your physical body, your spiritual soul, your faith, to say that it is not possible for anyone to attack you, right? Basically, whoever's trying to attack you, to tell them that they have no authority over you. Only God does. Only God has authority over you. So you are not able to attack me because I am covered in the armor of God, right? I hope that helps. Let me know if that answers your question. If you have not signed up to the Ask the Doctor panel, Ask the Doctor panel is our newest offering. I would love for you to sign up for it. So yeah, check it out. I'm just going to I'm posting a comment here. Sign up for the Ask the Doctor panel. It's a great program, and we'll be discussing everyone's questions. Heal with Mariana says, I am Jewish and I believe in Jesus. I am Muslim and I believe in Jesus. So I think that it's really important to protect yourself through prayer and through foods and protocols as well. Lupus Free with Celery says, how do you know you're experiencing one? I've experienced one. I don't know. When I had it, I just knew. But I'm not an expert in psychic attacks. So I would speak to somebody perhaps who's helped a lot more people with it. I'm not an expert in psychic attacks, but I know when I have been psychically attacked. And it's happened more than once in my life. Okay. Next question is from... So many questions. You guys are on it right now. Hang on. I'm trying to find my last question. Okay. Are there downfalls to breaking celery into pieces when juicing, which leaves less in the juicer and makes it clear so it doesn't clog? No downsides. We do that too. We break it into smaller pieces. Barry Manilow, Janet here. Hey, Janet. I've been doing protocols. I have Hashimoto's and Hodgkin's survivor. Wow. Congratulations. That's huge. My labs came back all good, but my low white count and high thyroid antibodies. Other thyroid labs were good. I love hearing that your labs were good. That's great. Congratulations. I'm so happy to hear that. 3.5 girls. Did you have a question? I'm not sure if you did. I don't want to miss it. 3.5 girls just had an inverted T-wave diagnosis. I'm not on medication, but have Hashimoto's. So if you have Hashimoto's, follow the thyroid protocol in the Cleanse to Heal book. Start with zinc, B12, micro C, lysine, cat's claw, lemon balm, licorice root. Add some iodine in. Add in some support for your endocrine system, right? You want to bring in some ashwagandha. You want to bring in some selenium. You want to bring in some schizandra berry. These are all helpful supports for the endocrine system and the adrenal glands. Hilda says, what It moves around so fast, you guys. It's hard to track sometimes. I'll touch the screen a little bit and the whole thing goes funny. What supplements and foods to bring in to support the thyroid? So artichokes are amazing for the thyroid. So do an artichoke if you can, like 3-4 times a week. Bring in the thyroid healing smoothie, which is mangoes and water, or mangoes and coconut water. It's a delicious smoothie. Bring that in. Bring in, do the thyroid part A, part B, and part C cleanse that will help you get on track with that. That's in the thyroid healing book. And the supplements I mentioned before, for somebody else who asked the thyroid question, use the same ones. Hokie Hoxton says, she has EBV but lives quite normally, works every day, all week, not many problems though, only EBV related symptoms. But as I said, she lives normally and she's just more tired than usual. I know you posted something earlier, Hokie Hoxton, but I don't recall the thread of the question, so I'm sorry. Not sure what it's in relation to. Jacqueline Hogg says, my husband has constant pain in his lower intestines, been to 6 doctors and had a CT, no diagnosis yet. Off of the no foods, follows the morning routine, only better on mono. Keep doing the mono. You might have to do the mono for a long time. I would do aloe shock therapy as well and nerve gut acid stabilizer shots every single day. Coconut Girl 55, what's the best for a sinus and headache and clearing mucus from the chest? How many shock therapies can you do at the same time? You can do all of them if you wanted to, but you have to space them 15 minutes apart, so it's not practical to do all of them, but you can do the most important ones. I would do zinc, micro C, golden seal, propolis, and time tea. So those you can do. And I've had clients who've done 5 shock therapies at the same time and just did them, one after the other. Also, the Total Immune Blend is really great for clearing mucus from the chest with the mullein and the thyme. That's really helpful. Doing steaming, create some hot water in a pot, cut up some onions, and breathe that in. That helps to release that mucus from the lungs. Also, the bronchitis broth with equal parts celery, onion, and radishes helps to clear mucus from the lungs. Karen M. Todd says, wicked burning red lips for 3 weeks now, on so many supplements as well as celery juice and HMDS. It's not going away. Any other suggestions? I would bring in propolis shock therapy. But the thing is, Karen, you have to understand, what is the root cause of it? Is it eczema or is it just burning without any rash? Those two things need to be determined, because you could either then focus, if it's just burning and there's no rash, then focus on a shingles protocol. But if it's a rash, then I'd focus on an EBV protocol, or maybe an eczema protocol, but I don't know what it looks like, so I cannot really comment. I'm not allowed to comment anyway because I'm not a doctor, but I can guide you in a direction if I know more about what it's like. Yeah. Does potting need to be vegan? I don't think so. Irina Millen says, my husband has naturally low blood pressure since birth and doesn't feel well unless he smokes cigarettes, drinks Coke Zero, and coffee to raise it. If not, he feels dizzy, sleepy, and sometimes faints. So he's using adrenaline to boost up his blood pressure. But this is a problem of having too many toxins in the blood. Does he also have low heart rate? Like, is he bradycardic? Let me know. Hell yes and no. If you have celery juice during the day, how long do you have to wait after eating and how long drinking? 20 minutes to 30 minutes, before and after. Feeling dizzy after eating, iron levels seem to be okay. You might be having some vertigo if your iron levels are okay. EBV could be at play. Inflammation of the vagus nerve going into the brain. For that, I would follow the Core 7. Cut out all the troublemaker foods. No eggs, no dairy, no gluten, no corn, soy, canola, things of that nature. So yeah, I would do that. So Core 7, B12, zinc, micro C, lysine, cat's claw, lemon balm, licorice root. Lomatium can be really important when you have dizziness. Monolaurin is actually very important for dizziness and vertigo. Perone NYC, nice to see you here. You must tell me your name at some point. At 80 years old, my skin is really getting crepey from my arms and legs. What can I do for that? I would bring in aloe shock therapy or aloe therapy daily, and silica will help you, as well as cucumber juice. Compassionately, Camila, why do we get new symptoms postpartum? Because when you give birth, that is the single highest amount of adrenaline that a human can ever produce. And that adrenaline can wake up dormant viruses and cause current active viruses to become even more active and make you more symptomatic. That's why. Fruits and vegetables joined. Hey, Hannah, how are you? Hell yes and no. I am eating almost all raw, no salt, no grains, lots of lemon water, celery juice. Why do I have so much belching? So belching is caused by a spasm of the vagus nerve up the esophagus. So if you're spasming and belching, I would drink ginger tea. That helps a lot with that. Official Hafsa, nice to see you here. I have been making the same mistakes at work. I'm at a point now where I might have to quit. This absolutely breaks my heart, as work is my only escape. I've lost all confidence, trust in myself. So I would bring in shots. I would do the exposure shots. I would do the wisdom intuition shot, the speaking your truth shot, the finding your purpose shot, and focusing on understanding. Call the angel of inner vision. She helps you to see what's going on within yourself, helps you to self-analyze so that you can see what the root of the problem is so you can fix it. Let me know how that goes when you try that. Meta is love. If you have adrenal issues, should you still do the 369? Oh my goodness, I don't know where people have this idea that doing a cleanse wouldn't be good for your adrenals. The cleanses are so adrenally supportive. My adrenals improve every time I'm on a cleanse. Connie, you're welcome for the answers. Wendy says, would you do HMDS or spirulina, barley grass supplements while on the mono cleanse? You can do supplements for sure. He said that you can. And for HMDS in full, he said that you can do it once. If you've been on the mono for a long time and done like a month or more of mono, you can include the HMDS as well. Hell yes and no says, which mono cleanse is best for teeth and bone and gum decay? Any of them will help you heal your gut. You have to choose what is your preference and what you can sustain. Mona 1783 cannot swallow food for 2 weeks now, just soups. For 4.5 years, 20 times 369 cleanses, some monos, morning cleanse, and so many subs on shingles protocol and vagus nerve protocols, parsley shots. What can I do? Orange juice and coconut water together will really help resolve swallowing issues, and it's an inflammation of the vagus nerve around this area of your body. So I would bring in propolis, cat's claw, olive leaf, lysine, micro C, zinc to really knock back that inflammation. Curcumin as well, really important. Next question is Ivana Ladybug. Can you swish gums with Golden Seal every day without taking a break? Yes, you can. Meta is love. What can you do for liver spots? Do the 369 cleanses. Those are the best. Christy Barkley says, cannot wait for the doctor panel. I'm so glad. All right, so for those of you who are just joining me, if you don't know, we have a doctor panel coming up this year. 4 calls a year. It's going to be over 8 hours of information and Q&A that you get to ask the doctors. So I hope you'll sign up because it's going to be really amazing and fun to do. And it's going to help us help you even more. So far, whenever we've had doctors come in to talk to the membership, it's been like, it's some of the favorite calls that people say. So we wanted to offer it to more people and bring you in. Come and share and ask questions. If you have questions about your health, look at how many questions are here, right? About people's health. Look at how many questions people had about blood work. Wouldn't you want to ask a really good doctor who's knowledgeable about medicine and knowledgeable about medical medium information and hear it directly from the horse's mouth? If Dr. Fan was here, he'd probably make a joke about the horse's mouth. So I will leave that to him if he listens to this live to comment, but he's always got the jokes. He brings the humor and the light heart. So it's not just health questions, y'all. It's a little entertainment thrown in there as well. So Christina Marie, if you have questions about it, message me. I will send you the link to sign up for the doctor panel. Christina Marie 2486 says, my daughter has a persistent cough that won't go away. I give her B12, zinc, vitamin C every day, garlic with honey and lemon water every day. How can I help her get rid of it? So I have a handout, Christina Marie, that's free, a video also that's free on it's called the Emergency Kit for Coughs, Colds, and Flus and Ear Infections. So go ahead and download that and watch everything in there and follow those instructions because it will tell you how to get rid of a persistent cough. So if you have not yet downloaded that, please go do it because it's amazing. And I put it together because my kid also one day years ago had the 100-day cough, and it took all of these things for us to do to help her get rid of it. Jen Light says, what about fulvic acid? Is it okay? He actually does not recommend fulvic acid. He says that it is not clean enough to use, and most of them are quite dirty. So please do not use them. All right. So, Halo with Mariana says, what is a psychic attack? A psychic attack is when people deliberately send you bad thoughts, bad energy, and want to hurt you psychically. Lindy says, is Ask the Doctor panel a one-time fee or is the fee every quarter? One-time fee for the whole year. It's $144 for the whole year, which you get 4 calls, over 8 hours of calls with doctors. Many of you were asking, what is a psychic attack? It's basically, Lisa Marie says, it's negative energy. Yes, exactly. Liz J. Matt says, no sound on my end since you started speaking about psychic attacks. Janet Diaz says, been feeling dizzy after I eat. I answered that one already. Janet says, what to do about low white count and high antibodies? So one of the tools from Medical Medium that helps low white blood cell count is burdock root. So you can have a tea, tincture, or fresh in soups or in a dish, or juice it with apples. That will help to bring up your white blood cell count. What brand of iodine do I suggest? I like the Go Nutrients brand that Medical Medium suggests on his directory. Meadow Light Heart, how to heal an infection rooted in root canals tooth that's not showing up on x-rays, but the tooth is sore for months. So that's tricky because I need to know more about your health in order to answer that question. But I would swish with Golden Seal. I would swish with celery juice, Sovereign Silver, and I would start to apply ozonated gum gel by Living Libations in there, and also Yogi Tooth Serum. And if your dentist does not offer this, go find a dentist who can do a localized ozone injection into that infection, and it should help with that as well. What is a good NAC brand? Pure Encapsulations. Heal with Mariana, asking for a client. She's been following shingles protocols for months now with no changes and itching and pox all over her arms. I put her on monocleanse, but nothing is helping. So I'm not sure what the root cause of the itching and the pox. You said pox. Do you mean the chicken or the small? Let me know. Any tips on how to help someone who has been on ADHD medication for over 30 years? They're very afraid to get off of it. I would help them to heal their body and heal their ADHD first using Medical Medium tools, Advanced Heavy Metal Detox Smoothie. Use the ADHD protocols in the Brain Saver book before you come off the medication. Before you take anybody off any medication, they have to feel better. Because if they're relying on it to feel better, you can't take them off it. It's their crutch. So you have to help them feel better so that they don't need the medication. Lee T Health says, do you recommend Micro C powder over the capsules? It has different purposes. So some people do need the powder and some people don't. So it depends on what you need. Yeah. Susie Cool says, is there anything you can do to stop a vertigo attack in its tracks? Usually putting some cold packs on the head will stop it. Happy trails, wags and tails. My mornings have been spent with you. Yeah, because we were in membership earlier today. Thanks for being here. In the bronchial broth, can pink salt be used without detracting the broth's healing help? I don't think so. I don't think so. Selena says, oh, she's responding to somebody else. Jacqueline Hawk says, you're so beautiful inside out. Thank you. You're so kind. Barbadlera. Sorry, I butchered these names. I'm so sorry. Is Golden Seal eye wash safe to use multiple times a day? Yes. Hell yes to know, you're the best. I'm going to send a big prayer for you and your family always. Oh, thank you. Miriam, can you heal your liver even when you're pregnant? Yes, you can. Small tools that you can use throughout the day. B. Gumpio, what's your thoughts on a juice cleanse? 3-day juice cleanse, no more than 3 days using, I think Medical Medium has apples, cucumbers, and celery juice. So that's it. That's all you do for 3 days, but no more than that because your adrenals will struggle after that. Perona NYC, you're Carol. Okay, I'm going to try and remember that. I'm not good with names, but I'm going to try. Carol. You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect your name to that song, Oh Carol. Oh Carol. So now I'm going to remember you. So probably so will everyone else here. Healed by intention. Inner Vision Angel, didn't know about her. So helpful. Yes, she's awesome. I love her. She helps me with so many insights. What brand of monolaurin do you suggest? Health with the Sun is a good one. Mona, 1783, a friend of mine does the morning cleanse but developed high blood pressure. Also has hypoglycemia. Could it be related? Absolutely not. High blood pressure is caused by having thick blood that's developed over decades in your body. And there's so much, it's so thick that the heart has to use more pressure to push it. So it's a liver issue. And hypoglycemia is caused by the liver not having enough glucose reserves in the liver. It's got nothing to do with starting the morning cleanse. It's already been developing for a long time. How can I help heal floaters? Floaters, cleansing is really important. So doing the 369 cleanse, super important for floaters. And cleaning up the liver, using like burdock, dandelion, chicory, yellow dock, eyebright are all helpful to heal floaters. Meta is love. Do you have any recommendations for EMF phone protectors? I use Safe Sleeve. I don't know if you can see that. Safe Sleeve. It's reversed. I use this. I've had my phone since 2017. So it's a dirty case. It's been around everywhere. But this is very helpful. All right. Just diagnosed, Reflections of the Universe, just diagnosed with diverticulitis. Doing MM since 2016. Strep protocol, yes, 100%. Diverticulitis in big part is talked about that as well. Hill and Mariana says, are you talking about pertussis as in the 100-day cough? Yeah. I just remembered MM says 6 dates a day protects from the evil eye. That is true. Happy Trails, Wags and Tails is a doctor panel separate from the community. If you're in the community and you bought the annual membership, you get the doctor panel included. It's a bonus. If you're not in the community for the annual, you're only there monthly, then it's separate. But yeah, it's in the community and not, so it's other people can join as well. Lupus Free with Celery, can we ask questions for our immediate family members in the doctor call? Yes. Heal with Mariana, we think it's shingles. She began itching after a rush of adrenaline over a year ago. Then I would really focus on bringing in propolis shock therapy, time tea shock therapy, lemon balm shock therapy, California poppy shock therapy, and vitamin C shock therapy and zinc shock therapy over a period of, rotate through those over a period of like a month or two, and notice there should be some changes coming. Ivana Ladybug says, is a 1-dropper of Nature's Answer tincture equivalent to 1 drop of tea for red clover? It's very hard to equate teas with tinctures. They're just not the same. So it's not possible to answer that question. What is the best for fever in an adult? I have an emergency fevers guide. Go download it. Go to my website. Go to muneezaahmed.com. Click on free resources. Look for emergency guide fevers and download. And it's there for kids and adults what to do when you have fevers. Cucumber juice is very helpful, but there's so much more that I talk about in there. Cat Attack, your Golden Seal eye wash has helped me and friends multiple times. So happy to hear that. Cheryl Stolaric, what safe eye drops to use? After I shower, my contacts stick to my eyes. Boiron is good for bringing in hydration so they won't stick. You can try that. Amberlyn Stone said that was so cute. Lindy Home, is there a ratio of Golden Seal to water for swish for a tooth? As the last question. And would the swish with the water, silver hydrosol be mixed with water? No, there isn't a ratio. You can just put Golden Seal directly in the mouth and swish. You don't need a ratio of anything. Oh, it's Barb Adler. Got it. Thank you. Hell yes and no. How do you balance life when life feels overwhelming with a to-do list? Do you have to go to prayer? You amaze me. Oh. I pray a lot when life gets overwhelming, yes. I simplify life. Because when it gets overwhelming, typically there's too many things on my plate. It's like having 100 tabs open on your browser. And you open it and you're like, whoa, there's like 100 tabs open here. So when I get overwhelmed, I close the tabs. I close projects. I close things I'm saying yes to. I close everything down and I simplify. I had to do that with this crisis of our home. And we get the family together and we pray together, but we also connect on what needs to be done, how we're going to manage this, how we simplify. Those are all the tools that I use typically to do that. Happy Trails Wags and Tails says, why do doctors say basal cell is caused by the sun? Because they don't know what it's really caused by, so they blame the sun. They'll blame the sun, they'll blame food like lemon water for your teeth, they'll blame you and your own body, but because they won't point to the true cause, because if they do point to the true cause, then they have to be answerable as to why that was even like, they have to answer to why it's happening, right? They don't want to go there. The cause, according to medical medium, is Epstein-Barr. Hi, Muneeza. How can I support my adrenals when they produce less enzymes? Pears. Pears are really helpful for supporting the pancreas. Aridoana says, vaginal dryness while following protocols. Vaginal dryness is caused by weak adrenals. So you need to do more adrenal healing snacks every day. You need to bring in ashwagandha, licorice root, and support your body. Understand why. What is the strain on your adrenals? Is it just stress? Is it viral loads? Is it not eating enough? What is going on, right? It's very important. Lisa Marie says, I need to rejoin. We'd love to have you, Lisa. Bhatnagar Simran says, how to improve egg quality for fertility. Cleanse, 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 cleanse. And we have our new fertility and pregnancy program coming up very soon. So if you want to know more about that, join us there. Meta is love. Are there any pet resources? My dog is having a hard time gaining weight, retaining weight. Yes, actually in the membership, we're going to be hosting a very special person who is an animal communicator, and she will be joining us very soon. But also Dr. Jeff Feynman. Dr. Jeff Feynman is an amazing holistic vet. He's known for many years, very familiar with it. And also MUNI Holistic Health. MUNI Holistic Health is all about animal support. Aaron Grimes, 83, is it okay to give kids Golden Seal every day due to being exposed to bugs at school? Yeah, I would give them like a break on the weekends and then give it to them again. Top stuffs for endometriosis. Do you have the medical medium book Cleanse to Heal, where he talks about that? But I would always start with the core 7. See, everyone says, what are the top supplements for blah, blah, blah. But you have to understand there are baseline supplements that are really important to include, like vitamin C, zinc, B12, lysine, cat's claw, lemon balm, licorice root, that are at the root and the base for nearly every single protocol that you need to do. Really important. And on top of that, then you would do nettle leaf and red raspberry leaf and vitex berry and schisandra berry and iodine and monolaurin, and support the body that way, but also cleanse and take out the troublemaker foods. Can you tell me what I can take to remove bile from my stomach? I would do pears, lots of pears, and I would do lots of celery juice, and I would do the mono cleanse, Kathy. Heal with Mariana says, thank you for answering. The thing is, she's been doing everything in the shingles protocol, which includes everything you suggested, but admits to occasionally eating cheese and gluten and bacon. There's always something, Mariana. If she can lay off of those, her condition may improve, right? How to improve good cholesterol and hormones? I have to have way too less. Work on your liver. Work on healing the liver. Shan, wa alaikum salam. Good to see you here. Miriam says, in your pregnancy course you did last year, still available on the website? It's not available on the website, but it will launch live in very soon. Very soon. It's coming. Happy trails, wags and tails. Thank you for your answer. However it glitched. Sorry, I don't have time to go through all the details of all your questions, guys. Is the green life crockpot safe? Yes, I believe it is. Very dry and thick skin on the heels. What do you recommend? I recommend cleaning up your liver. That's why you get that thick skin build up on the heels of your feet. Lots and lots of old toxins and problems. The Netsbert says, hey Muneeza, I have a dear aunt who has a small black growth mole on her leg that scabs and bleeds. Anything you recommend? I need to just know more about it. Like why is it there? What's going on? How long has it been? What else is going on with her health? All those questions are important. Miska says, can golden seal be rotated with licorice on the off weeks, or should you stop them both at the same time? Oh no, you don't have to stop them both at the same time. No way. Tobias says, yesterday in the podcast with Anthony, she mentioned that she does biomagnetics. I have no idea what this is. Have you heard of it? No, not from AW. I haven't heard of it from AW, but yeah, biomagnetics is a procedure and thing that has been out there for a while now. I wouldn't personally do it, but you can research and find out more, but I'm not a fan of biomagnetics because magnetics on your body will move heavy metals around and you don't want that. All right, so I think we got to the end of the questions. Whoa. Thank you for asking them. Thank you for hanging out with me. Check out the doctor panel. Message me if you want the link and you want to know more about signing up. It's going to be great. I'm really super stoked about it because I know you all have questions. So important. You all have so many questions. Please ask me because this is a service for you. It's here to support you. So please check it out because it's $144 for the year for all the calls. It's super well priced to get this kind of support from doctors. I hope you'll check it out. I hope you'll join. I cannot wait to have you on board. All right, everybody, have a great rest of your week. It is Monday, and I hope it's an awesome week. Take care, and I'll see you very soon. Bye, everybody.